We've secretly been developing a dynamic force of individuals who have joined the ranks in an effort to elevate our industry and collaborate on exciting projects for you to enjoy. We are thrilled to announce the Army Painter Factory team. Comprised of a stellar lineup of award-winning painters, popular gamers, and hobby mentors, this team is a testament to our commitment to quality, performance, and the community. Joining the team today, we are proud to announce everyone's favorite hobby mentor, Uncle Adam of Tabletop Minions.
Hi, I'm Adam Loper, and I run Tabletop Minions, a channel about getting into wargaming and the miniature painting hobby.
Let's learn more about Adam and what to expect from him as a member of the factory team.
The channel is about getting people into the wargaming hobby, painting miniatures, playing games, and learning the techniques so that you can start painting and finding the right products and finding the right ways to think about how you paint is really super, super important. I'm really excited to join the Army Painter Factory team because I've been working with their products for a good long time, and they believe that the hobby should be accessible, and that's something that I've believed as well for a good long time. And it's great to work with a company that where your kind of beliefs align. When they first mentioned the concept of the factory team, I was very quickly on board. I would say that probably the products that have really changed the way that I paint are the air paints and the speed paints. I use the air paints and the triad system pretty much on nearly everything that I do now. I almost always start by airbrush priming my model and then giving it a good zenithal, usually of a couple of colors within a triad, maybe that base and the mid, or maybe the mid and the high, and it just blends together because the hue is right in all of the different triads. So for me, that's huge. Also, I'm generally a speed painter, so the speed paints are also spectacular. The new line with all the extra colors and the metallics, it just makes things so easy. I constantly go back to them now. And when I started finding out about the new upcoming launch of the Fanatic paints, I was completely sold. When they sent me the Fanatic paints to take a look at several months ago, I was really having high hopes that they were going to be good, because the old paints were okay. They weren't my favorites as far as the material themselves. And I think everybody, including the folks from Army Painter, kind of knew that things needed to get stepped up. That line was 15 years old. With the new stuff, I'm blown away by the creaminess to it, the coverage to the stuff, the way it doesn't like immediately separate or quickly separate on my wet palette. The Fanatic line has, I think, really elevated the Army Painter to the next level, because whether you like to paint with all speed paints or all layer paints, or whether you're into airbrush paints, they've got a great line for each at this point, and most painters honestly have a tendency to use a little bit of each. So being able to have matching colors between the different lines is actually, I think, a huge deal.
Adam is someone we've long admired. A former correspondent for Beasts of War, Adam is a veteran and familiar face at conventions and YouTube screens all over the world. For many hobbyists, he is their trusted mentor and advisor, and we are proud to support this next stage of his hobby journey.
I think what I'm most excited about in my involvement in the factory team for the Army Painter is that it's going to allow me to hopefully spread the word more and get more people into the hobby. That has been the focus of my channel now for over a decade, and I want to be able to constantly be spreading the word to people about, hey, this is an easy thing for you to do. It's not as difficult as you think. You know, you can use the speed paints and get really amazing effects. You can use the layer paints and get really amazing effects. As you step up your game, maybe you decide you're gonna get yourself an airbrush, and you've got an entire line of paints that work awesome with that as well. Having these three bases covered, I think, will make it so that people who hopefully I'm able to bring into the hobby through my channel will be able to kind of pick up that ball and run with it, as opposed to finding materials that they're not sure of, or they're not sure what colors they should be getting, or they're not sure about, you know, what the usage of this particular product is. Being able to find very kind of simple and easy products that work great is going to just help bring more people to the hobby, which, like I said, is kind of my jam.
Be sure to subscribe to their channels to show your support for the team. Find them online and at some of the biggest tournaments and conventions like the Las Vegas Open, Adepticon, Gen Con Nova, and many more, where they'll be joining the Army Painter event team. For more news and updates and developments just like this, be sure to subscribe and keep your eyes peeled to the Army Painter channel right here on YouTube.